Now the next slogan is number 13. And maybe you don't like this. I like this. All blame comes down to one thing. All blame comes down to one thing. This slogan teaches us how to think about our life most beneficial way. And this slogan says that each kind of suffering that we and others experience, the suffering that every beings in the whole world experience, comes from one source. What is that? Clinging to a self. Okay? Usually we think that I didn't do anything. But this person has really hurt me. It's true, right? It is not my fault, it's not my fault. This person really hurt me. Why? So as you know, we always put the blame on others or outside circumstances, right? But that's we, like us, ordinary people. But in mind training, the 7 point of mind training, the Kardampa masters, the mind training, we should do exactly the opposite. So we should not blame anything on others. We should think that the fault comes from the ego holding. Ego holding. What is that? I am important. I'm important. I am important. Of course, you are important, but not the most important. So the problem is we are so attached to this solid self, which is, in fact, really empty. Really empty. If you investigate, you can't find it. The great master, Indian master Shantideva said, whatever harm, fear, and suffering there in the world come from taking the self to be real. So we see that the root of all our suffering is clinging to a self, which is known as ego holding or ego fixation. Dakdenzan in Tibet. Dakdenzan means ego. Ego means dakdenzan means fixing, like, grasping, ego holding, ego fixation. So therefore, all the blame for people who hurt us and situations that harm us come down to one thing, according to this slogan, clinging to a self. So all the suffering of samsara, all the suffering of this world actually occurs because of clinging to a self. In the teaching, it says all the harm with which the world is rife, all the fear and suffering that there is clinging to, I has caused it. So what should we do with this ego? Ego, daknzan. The mind training teaching says that we should look at our own egoistic mind and blame everything on that instead of blame everybody else. So we live in this world and experience many different kinds of suffering because we have not been freed from these afflictions. Attachment, anger, and ignorance. These three poison. These are come from the ego mind. So sometimes, let's say we experience mental suffering because of hatred. Sometimes we experience mental suffering because of greed. And sometimes we experience mental suffering because of jealousy. Therefore, we create all sorts of mental suffering because of affliction. Klesha in Sanskrit, klesha, afflictions. And we have no lasting happiness in our minds. That also, according to Buddhism, that also make our body unhealthy. If you have mental problem and it makes body unhealthy. So according to Buddhism, sufferings, difficulties, and obstacles all come down only to the root of self-cherishing. So if we're not able to get rid of self-cherishing, then even though we might be able to relieve some of our suffering, we will not be able to free ourselves forever from the suffering of samsara. So therefore, we need to recognize that the root of our suffering is clinging to ourself. We must develop bodhicitta. Bodhicitta. There is actually nothing we can do without bodhicitta. So if we have a self-centered mind, we cannot develop bodhicitta. Bodhicitta, do you remember Patrul said that bodhicitta is only arise for someone who has a good mind, kind mind, not someone with bad intentions, harm others because of someone harm others because of the happiness for themselves. That kind of person, it's very difficult to develop bodhicitta. So as long as we do not renounce being self-centered, we cannot develop the holy mind of the cherishing others, which is bodhicitta. It's Shantadewa, the way of the bodhisattva. He says, clinging to a self and self-cherishing are like a great big ghost. Ghost means someone who harms us, right? Or means ghost means like make obstacles for us. So up until now, we have treated this ghost, which is ego, very nicely, right? We listen. We all the time we listen. Our ego, ego tells us, "Oh, I want a nice car. You have to buy for me." Oh, yeah, okay. I will. Don't worry, I will buy. Then you bought it. Oh, no. I need another nice house. Ego tells you, okay, don't worry, I will buy. Oh, no, that's not enough. I need this and this and this. And one day you're so tired, I can't do it. So there's no satisfaction, if you listen, ego. So there is no satisfaction. Always want, right? So then the slogans, all this evil filled with the world because of this, right? Greedy, need lots of things, and then you suffer. Suffering. You make suffer, other people suffer. So therefore, Shantideva said this ego is like ghost, harm us, really harm us. So we need practice bodhicitta. So far, we treat our egos very nicely, but there's, you can see the result. There's not any benefit in that at all, because we create problems for each other. We kill each other, right? We kill each other. We steal each other. We say bad things about each other, right? So now see where does all this come from? This comes from everyone, one clinging to themselves strongly. So for that reason, our self-cherishing inflicts harm on us, and it inflicts harm on others. So it is extremely important for us to abandon it. We need to get rid of and throw it away. No more, no listen, no listen. Otherwise, we will not enter the bodhisattva path, right? If we listen ego, then there's no bodhisattva path. The harmony of every relation in the world, whether between countries, between religions, between with communities, all this with families, depends on whether there is more or less ego. More ego means understanding each other with negativity, which makes it very hard to communicate. And less ego means understanding each other's experience better, and so we're not satisfied with an equal share, so we want more of everything than anyone else. So this slogan is connected with the basic discipline of the Bodhisattva path. Because of that, this slogan is the essence of bodhicitta practice, right? The reason we have to do this slogan is because we have been cherishing and clinging onto our ego so much. So the ego, the antidote, right, of ego is only practice bodhicitta. That's bodhicitta. If you don't practice bodhicitta, then, there is no antidote. Nothing we can do. Just follow our ego. That's it. We can do. But bodhicitta, the best. So which is bodhicitta's love and compassion, right? Usually people say, we have compassion, a little bit compassion with everybody, has the compassion. But sometimes I think some people don't have any compassion. Then don't you say like they don't love their children or family? I don't say that's not compassion. I mean that is not compassion. That is attachment. That's maybe people think that's a compassion, but it's not compassion. That is attachment. You love your children. You love this and that, but you really don't love because of this is attachment. So some people don't have like this. They killing the animals, kill people. It's people like these people don't have compassion. Terrorists attacked like these young people, young children. They didn't do anything for them, but they just killed them. No reason. It's crazy. It's crazy. I remember last time the terrorist attack. There's 8 years lady, 8 years girl. They killed it. Oh my God, so bad, right? That kind of things up. They don't have any compassion. Now, that means something is wrong. They just listen too much. This ego, So therefore, I think they need bodhicitta practice. So, but maybe we can do that. But we need a bodhicitta mind. We need compassion. If you are looking for Buddhahood, the enlightenment, Buddhas and ordinary beings are of equal benefit. Equal benefit. We usually only respect Buddhas, right? However, in the benefit they provide, Buddhas and ordinary beings are the same. It's very important. It's because the Buddhas and the teachings that we can develop such qualities as faith and devotion, wisdom, compassion. But it's because ordinary beings that we can develop such qualities as patience, love, and compassion. So therefore, we need this kind of equal share. Right now we have a big gap between poor and rich, and all this discrimination is very bad. I think very bad. So that's because of ego. So I think this slogan is very important. So we should keep in mind. Okay, what is that slogan? What? There we go.